my name is Mark, I'm your driver, and today we are taking this 2018 BMW 440i Gran Coupe out for a snowy spin. I say spin because this snow is very slippery. This is XDrive, and we're gonna see what it can do. We're gonna see if it's a true 60-40 split like they claim in the literature, or if there's some stuff going on where it's shuffling power around, maybe giving a little bit more rear bias in some scenarios. And we're just gonna see how this coupe, not coupe, sedan, not sedan, gorgeous looking car does in the snow. And of course we've got our suction mounts and camera set up right here so that we can have a look at the action from a different perspective. I always think that this angle is always so cool because you kind of see the back end of the car stepping way out. And yeah, we'll hit record there and we'll get this show on the road. We're gonna do our very best not to pile it up immediately. So we're gonna start, you know, slow and careful, and then we'll dial it up from there. Fortunately, I have had the time to warm up, so we can turn some of the climate control down so you don't have to hear that. I just want to make sure that before we start actually swinging this thing that I don't just cake my camera with kind of wet, sticky, kind of slushy, not slushy, but kind of it's snowman making snow. That's pretty universal. And it appears as though the camera's doing okay. We are going to dial it up from comfort mode into Sport Plus, which removes one layer of stability control. I'm just making sure the camera's not getting totally peppered with snow and slush. And we've got one layer of stability control left on. We're gonna just leave it in drive and see what it'll let us get away with. A fair amount. Camera's still good back there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna go back into comfort mode and just turn all of stability control off, because I would like to keep the exhaust quiet, because it is Christmas Eve after all, and these people probably don't want to think that they're experiencing a drive-by so early in the morning. Ooh, it is fun. The tail does kick out nicely. Ooh, that's not good. That's not gone well. Oh, I should have brought my paper towel with me. Uh-oh, we're gonna take a little pit stop. Oh no, oh no. Oh, that ain't good. That, I'll be honest, that I've seen better. Okay, camera's back up, camera's rolling again. We've cleaned all of the yucky slush off of it. It's occurring to me that this is maybe not the best idea with such an expensive camera. But we continue. I'm gonna just push us back into Sport, turn our traction control back on, go to Sport Plus, because we would like to see, or I would like to see, what it lets us get away with. Oh, maybe I'll go over here. I swear, every time I try to pick a road to film on that's really quiet, no one's ever there, the moment I bust out the GoPro or the camera, all of a sudden it's the most heavily trafficked road in the world. So let's just see what it'll let us get away with. Pretty solidly neutral slide there. I don't think it was doing too much intervention. Ugh. I'm doing my absolute darndest to throw this camera off of this car. Or drive it into a snowbank, whichever comes first. Okay, DSC off, sport displays, sport transmission mode. We'll go second gear. And we're just gonna doing our best not to bin it there. That was pretty solid. So off the launch, right, I feel like it's sending a lot of power. So if I just crank the wheel, it's still sending power to the front wheels. That appears to be the case. So, I think it is a fairly neutral 60-40 split. I don't think it's doing anything too crazy like maybe the newer XDrive systems do, where it seems kind of like it's, you know, shuffling more than 60% of the power to the back, like the G series cars. It does a good donut. It does a good donut. Oh, that's sick. What I've done now is I've just bumped the camera up to slow motion, so we should be getting... Oh, someone else is doing the thing too. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see that in the rear view, but we got a buddy. We've got a buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got another Beamer. That's too funny. Can you match that? Oh, they're probably going home. It's just, the back kicks out, but the front wheels just grab, and it makes you feel like the most competent driver on the face of the earth. Because you can just catch it all the time by just adding more power. Oh. And then we slow down. Let's see how this guy's doing back here. You know, as it happens, not great. All right, camera's all good, camera's rolling. Sport transmission mode. We're gonna just spin this around right here. Camera got gross again. Crazy how fast that happens. Don't want to ruin the tires. Let's just watch this because it's blind. Back steps out. There you go. You just have to watch when you're correcting and adding a bunch of throttle that the front tires don't start to grab, because it's not quite like rear wheel drive where you can just kind of let it sit on power all the time. This will go in the direction that you're pointing. And that makes it great for driving confidence, but for keeping it sideways can be a little bit challenging at times. Let's go left. Oh yes, there we are. Let's see if we can just stick the back end into this van. was okay. Anyways, before I actually destroy my actually very expensive camera, I think we're gonna call it for today. Not as much Howley B58 as I thought there'd be, but then again, this snow is just incredibly slippery. So you can just get the tail out at any RPM, and it is just a joy to swing this thing around. You just keep the power on, and it does exactly what you want it to do. You keep the power on, and you just point it with the steering wheel. It's incredible. Ah. Like, just fantastic. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Oh, maybe you could turn your indicator off there, BMW boy. Yeah, so when... I don't know, the longer that you have, the longer you hold your steering input for, the more power it seems to send to the rear. Speed bump. And then with all the torque, I'm sitting at 2,000 RPM in third gear and can just rip the tires free. God, it's so easy. I love this thing. This is fantastic. So I think that's gonna wrap it up. I've had a great little blast out here. Big shout out to the owner. Thank you for letting me take this thing. I am so sorry, dude. I just spoke to that gentleman and apologized for... I was like, you looked like you were enjoying your morning, so I'm sorry you have to keep running into me. And he was like, no, it's perfectly all right. And then he was like, have yourself a Merry Christmas. And I was like, you too. Anyways, I've been down the street before and been threatened when I had a camera, so that was nice. That was a much more pleasant encounter than I think a few years prior. Bins it. Whoopsie. That was the one. Did the camera catch it? No, probably not at all.